He's the former head coach at Wisconsin, now their athletic director, and now their part-time head coach, I believe. He's Barry Alvarez, who joins us on the program. What is your job title right now, Barry?
Athletic director / coach.
Okay. Is this
/ actor.
Is this a one and done?
Yes.
Just the Rose Bowl?
Just the Rose Bowl.
Okay. How did we get to this point where you're now coaching Wisconsin in the Rose Bowl?
Well, after Brett Bielema informed me that he was going to step down and take the job at Arkansas, later that I was trying to put together a plan, decide which assistant coach to make interim coach when I got calls from our captains, and they asked if I would coach them in the Rose Bowl. You can't tell the kids no.
How did you find out that Brett was taking the Arkansas job?
He told me Tuesday about noon.
Did you know anything before that?
I did not. Had no inkling. So it was a total shock to me, and he had already accepted it when we talked.
How do you feel about that?
I know the business. I'm a little surprised that I didn't have some indication that he was going to talk, and or that someone would that I would grant permission for someone to talk to him. A bit surprised with that, but I understand the business.
I hate the business. I hate that these guys can negotiate if you have a contract already. And I know there's a buyout in there, but it's just it's bad. Did he talk to the kids before he left?
He did. He left New York, came right back and called a team meeting, visited with the kids.
Did he try to get a pay raise from Wisconsin?
No. When he talked to me, he had already accepted the position.
What kind of contract did he have?
He had a 5-year moving forward contract, $100,000 a year bump. I think it was probably at 2.8 or 2.9 right now.
And the buyout?
$1 million.
Well, that's nothing. Not for Arkansas. When you bring in your new guy, by the way, has the coaching searches started?
It has.
Is Chris Peterson on that list, Barry?
I haven't talked to Chris Peterson. I always felt Chris was pretty locked in at Boise.
But so you're not going to reach out and have no plans to reach out?
I may ask and see if he's interested, see if there's any interest in his area.
What kind of candidates would you get if you said, you're coming to Wisconsin, there's no buyout, I'll pay you every penny if I fire you, but you're coming here to coach Wisconsin football?
We have a lot of interest.
But why don't we have athletic directors who do that, Barry?
Who do what?
That don't let these guys flirt with other schools, that there is no buyout. You're here, we're in it together, and that's it. You tell those kids you're coaching here, you're coaching here. If I fire you, I'll pay you everything that you got coming to you.
Well, Dan, I can't answer that.
But you could.
I stayed here for 22 years.
But if you're bringing in somebody, you can put that in the language.
Well, I can put in that there's a big enough buyout.
Yeah, even then, these alumni, these boosters, they'll pony up the cash. I wouldn't let anybody flirt. If you're marrying somebody, they can't flirt with somebody else, or at least they shouldn't.
Well, it's going to happen. You just have to deal with it, whether you like it or don't like it. The business is changing. But
you're talking about the business. Will you ask permission with these other schools to be able to talk to their coaches?
I will. If I'm going to, as I go out and look for our next coach, the candidates I'll talk to their athletic director.
Now, I can hear it in your voice. You say it's the business. Is it anger, frustration? Sum up the emotions here.
No, you know what? I'm fine with it. I really am. I wasn't real happy when it happened, but I understand it. We've had such stability here. We just haven't lost coaches. I went 16 straight years, and Brett's 7. So we're not accustomed to change here. So, but I see it around the country. I stay on top of it. I know how it works.
Why do you think he left?
He said he had a chance to had a better chance to win a championship there.
So better chance at Arkansas than Wisconsin.
That's what he said.
Well, you don't believe that. I can hear it in your voice.
Well, we just won 3 straight Big Ten championships, won a 3rd straight Rose Bowl, had a good chance of winning a national championship a year ago.
Would you schedule Arkansas?
Yeah, I'd schedule Arkansas.
Talking to Barry Alvarez, the Wisconsin athletic director and interim head coach, coaching in the Rose Bowl, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. What kind of relationship did you have with him?
Brett was like a son to me.
But how does he leave without – I mean, he could have – if he went to you and just said, Barry, I got this great opportunity here, and I'm considering this, and I want you to know that, what would you have said?
I try to talk him into and I try to explain to him how good a situation he has here.
But if he's like a son to you, a son doesn't do that to you.
No.
Right?
That's why I was very surprised, Dan, as I told you.
When do you think you have a coach in place?
I'd like to have one in place by the first of the year, but I'm not going to rush things. I want to make sure I have the right person and it's the right fit for us.
Would you do one season?
I'd prefer not to.
But if you don't find the right guy, as athletic director, would you coach this team next year?
I can find the right guy.
Well, good luck in the Rose Bowl. Do you have to bring out, you need a refresher course here, or how does that work when you haven't coached in a little while, and now you're going to go back there and coach in a pretty big game?
It's like getting back on a bike, Dan.
Is this going to be fun for you?
Absolutely. There's no one that enjoys coaching in big games more than me.
Well,
I love it.
You're pretty good in those games, certainly bowl games as well.
Well, I can't wait. I was honored that the captains asked me, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, good luck with that. We appreciate you joining us. Thank you, Barry.
Okay.
Good to talk to you again.
Thank you, Dan.
All right, Barry Alvarez, Wisconsin Athletic Director.